Hey friends, hope your past little while has been really good. First things first, have to announce, by the end of 2020, my goal is to have 100,000 subscribers across all of my platforms in terms of, I don't care how it's distributed. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should totally go follow me there. TikTok, here on YouTube, it just would mean the world to me. I feel so grateful for all of the opportunities that, even just the small influence that I've had of like 10 to 15,000 followers has given me. So yeah, by 2021, my goal is to have 100,000 followers or subscribers, anything like that. And it would just mean the world to me. Without further ado though, our Monday masking topic story time with Michael today is going to be about the first time that I ever did anything with a guy, and the first time was just kissing. So the first two guys that I ever kissed, and they're really cute stories. So I'm gonna throw my mask on, grab a drink, and then we'll get going. Well, let's get rolling. First story, setting the scene. We are at a house party. I am 17 years old. I am in my freshman year of college, and and it's only like the fourth or fifth time I've ever drank in my life, because I was raised in a super religious home. So when I left for college, that was the first time I ever drank in any way. I'm at this party, and every party I've been to so far, we always play a game of Truth or Dare, which we know Truth or Dare gets messy when you're at college parties. But at this point too, how did I forget this? I don't realize I'm gay yet. I've just been so instilled from life and like the religion I was raised that like there is no way that you're gay, you're straight. Even though I've been watching gay porn for like 8 years exclusively, I literally told myself the story that I just love women so much that that's why I watch gay porn. I wanted to like keep it like holy for my wife. Yeah, I was super gay. So we're at this party and we're getting into this game of Truth or Dare. You know, everyone's taking their turns, and it goes to this one guy, and his name is Larry, and he gets a dare. And his dare from someone was go around the room and kiss every single person on the cheek, and then kiss one person on the lips. And it was in that very moment that for the first time in my entire life, I had this twinge of like thought where I literally was like, what if he kisses me? Or like, I hope he kisses me. And I instantly was like, oh shit, like what is that thought? Like I have never realized anything that was gay about me. Like I said, I justified the fact that I only watched gay porn, that I loved women so much. So he's going around the group, and then he gives everyone the kiss on the cheek. And then he gets to the point where he finishes it, and then he like looks around, and in my mind it's like a battle between like, don't kiss me, and like, come on, kiss me, like kiss me. And then he does choose me, and he comes over, and like, I think most people around us were expecting it to just be like this quick peck, but when he came in to kiss me, I like grabbed his face, and we kissed for a solid like 5 seconds, and I'd never kissed anyone before that. So I feel like I probably was really bad, sorry Larry, but it was really fun. That was the first time I physically have ever kissed a person. First kiss of a guy was that night, Truth or Dare. And it was actually a great experience. I blacked out later that night and ended up throwing up for like 4 hours. But I got my first kiss that night from a guy, which was good. Second story though, and this is the one that's more like cutesy, and I like go more into detail of it, was my first like real kiss. So there was this one guy that I was swiping through Tinder, and I saw him and I was like, wow, he is like one of the most beautiful men I've ever seen in my entire life. So we both swiped right and started talking. I asked him out for coffee, because for me, I hate talking online. I don't like having online dating and stuff. So anytime I match with anyone in any way, I always just like, I'm the first one to make a move like, do you want to grab coffee with me? Do you want to go on a date? Let's do something so we can actually see if there's like a connection here. I would just rather have a connection with someone than like an online texting thing. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. So we have this date planned for coffee, and then the morning of that day that we're supposed to go get coffee, he texts me and he was like, I'm actually going to Trinidad. I just bought a flight last night. I'm gonna go, I'll be back in like 2 weeks. And for me, I literally was kind of like, oh, this is like his way of an excuse to get out of going to coffee with me. But I was like, that is a really dramatic excuse. Like you could have said literally anything else, but you went with, I booked a flight to Trinidad. Turns out 2 weeks later he comes back, he really did go on a trip to Trinidad. He was just a world traveler, but Comes back, we reset up a date and a time and stuff, and then I go to pick him up. So I drive up to his house, and I see him, and literally, I've been on like 4 or 5 dates with guys before, but he was walking out of his apartment, and I was like, you are like the most beautiful guy I've seen. And he seemed so sweet and so kind. Hopped in my car, drove him to a Chinese place, is where we were gonna go grab dinner. So while we were at dinner, it was like so much fun. It was the first time I'd ever had walnut shrimp and orange chicken, like in my whole life. So we're at this Chinese place having a super fun time with each other, and he then kind of brings up movies. And I'm like, oh, well, I love going to movies. Like, these are ones that I've seen, other ones. Unbeknownst to me, in his mind, his whole plan, and ended up working, was he wanted me to ask him to go to the movies, but because he wanted to keep spending time with me that night. But I had no idea about that, and I had no plan to ask him to a movie before. But he was so sneaky about the way that he did it that I ended up asking him if he wanted to see Black Panther with me. We went and saw Black Panther, and then later that night, even after Black Panther, we then even went to In-N-Out. We had like more of the date, and I went and met his best friend, and that was our first date, was like all those hours. And then even after In-N-Out, I really wanted to go over and like spend time with him. I love cuddling and just like being close with people. So I was like, well, when I dropped him off, I was like, can I come in? Can I like see things in your house? Very sly. I like told him though, and was really open. I was like, I've never kissed a guy, and like that it's like meant something, so I don't want to kiss you tonight. It was very like different to him, because like in gay culture, if you don't know, it's very common to just like hook up the first time you meet someone and like have sex with them. But I'd had a really good time with him, and I also was really new to things, so I just was like, we can cuddle, but I don't want to kiss you tonight. I mean, we did like grind and stuff, which in my mind I'm like, how is that better than kissing? But it's cute because we didn't kiss, and he kept that boundary, and I was like so grateful for him for that. So I kind of was like, can I spend the night with you? Just like keep cuddling. And then he was the one who said, no, let's make it more special. I don't want it to be just like from this first time we spend the night with each other. So he was like, okay, you gotta go home. And then I went home. I woke up like 5 hours later. I texted him, and I was like, can I come over again? Can I spend time with you? Like, can we just keep hanging out? I loved it. Went back over to his house. We spent the whole day together. And I'm gonna fast forward a little bit and then come back to this very moment. Fast forward 2 days after that, me and this guy decided to become boyfriends, dated for 2 years and 2 months, and then we ended up ending our relationship about 8 months ago. But, well, back to the original story. On this day then we're having a great day together, still hadn't kissed, and spent the whole day together. Then we go back to his place that night and kind of start doing the same thing of like really intensely kissing and cuddling. And I don't even remember exactly how it happened in terms of whether I was like, oh, no, how did this happen? Because I didn't say don't kiss me again, but I also didn't say like do kiss me. But we were cuddling for probably like 2 hours, and then he leaned in really close to my face and then kissed me. And he was like, I hope that was okay. And then I grabbed him, and for like, I kid you not, like 4.5, maybe 3.5, 4 hours, literally made out so intensely and like passionately. Like there was a point where we literally rolled off his bed and just rolled on the floor making out with each other. Still one of like my favorite experiences our entire relationship. Like that night, which is the second night that we knew each other, it just like, I have never felt more like liberated and free and just like sexually happy than in those moments of like such intense passion of wanting to kiss this beautiful man and kissing him. So, yeah. Those are my 2 first kisses. One was at a college party just drinking, and then the other one was, I mean, after 2 days of like really intense dating, really liking each other, having like a 4-hour makeout session, and that was my second kiss with a guy ever. And then we started dating like 2 days later, and then like I said, now we're not together, but we got to travel the world together. From that like kiss and passion that we shared, a fun little maybe sex tip or like thing to make hookups more fun. I'm actually gonna take back that. Not to make hookups more fun, because I don't really agree on the idea of a hookup, but to make like when you meet someone more fun, really tell them and stick with it that like, we're not gonna kiss. And you just find so many more different things to do with your mouth and different places to kiss rather than on your lips. it's very fun. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend to anyone. Honestly, two of my favorite experiences with guys were my first 2 kisses. Just how like liberating and freeing they are as a gay man. I'm in someone who is so intensely closeted and had so much internalized homophobia from growing up really religious. Like kissing guys is amazing. I feel like some people think that kissing is overrated. Like they just jump straight to sex or hand jobs or blow jobs. They just like need more. But like kissing and cuddling and just like kind of grinding, that's where it's at. That's like so sensual and so sexual. Personally, so yes. But yeah, I guess those are my kissing stories. And I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed my personality and just like kind of hanging out with me, from now until the end of December, I'm posting 3 videos every single week. My goal, like I said, is to get to 100K by 2021. If you have any means to share this on your platform, share one of my Instagram posts or anything, it would mean the world to me. And yeah, I hope you have an awesome rest of your night, and talk soon. I'll see you on Wednesday. Ding.